Welcome to Sex and Care. My name is Bartleby Ross.
Eve Monique, welcome.
So we are in the week before 50 Shades of Grey goes mainstream as a movie.
Yes.
And I noted today we want to talk about what we call Eve's Circle of Sex.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about
it's the circle of evolution from the 60s till now, because first the fucking was taboo, taboo. That became more mainstream. Then there was the sucking, the oral, that became more mainstream and more acceptable and more, a way of expressing yourself. And then there was the anal. The evolution after that was the anal sex. And there's more acceptance of that, and there's more people experiencing it, becomes more and more mainstream. And now the fourth cycle of sexuality is the intensity, the BDSM, the domination, the 50 Shades of Grey movement. Can you imagine, like 100 million people are going to watch this movie
worldwide, right?
Worldwide, and 100 million people are going to be thinking about this type of sex. They're going to be busy with it, and it's going to change something in the overall consciousness, because everybody at the same time thinking and being busy with this expression of sexuality will change consciousness. It will become more mainstream, more acceptable. And then you have 4 flavors of sexuality that you can, is in a circle in the bedroom. You go from fucking to sucking, you go to some BDSM, you go to anal, and you go back to, some whipping, and you have all these different cycles that you keep spicing it up, and more possibilities to express and to think about how you have sex with your partner.
Yeah, I really like this, Eve. I mean, I really like that. First of all, I really like that we're going to see something change because of these books and this movie, 50 Shades of Grey, opening a conversation that really didn't exist 5 years ago, 2 years ago.
No.
In the mainstream, in the average household, in not just the USA, but the Western, I think mainly the Western world is what's been affected mostly by 50 Shades of Grey. Now it seems like, people are talking about domination. People are talking about bondage. People are actually going out and buying cuffs. So yeah, there's a new pillar. There's a new pillar in the world of sex, a foundational pillar. And I really like the way you described it. Like this whole thing of anal, I mean, I saw in Cosmo magazine just the other day, they were saying that, something like 50% now, when they interviewed women between the age of 20 and 30, 50% said that they had experienced anal, which compared to like 20 years ago, it was something like 15%, 15. So yeah, that's a huge change. And you go back 30 years, I think if you even mentioned anal sex, it was
forbidden.
It was forbidden. States. I think it was absolutely. It was illegal.
Illegal, yeah.
Right, and maybe, possibly in some states, maybe still might be.
Yeah.
So things are changing.
Yes, and this is what I'm personally very excited about, because when you have a lot of people, a lot of consciousness is busy with something, it will affect the overall looking at something.
Yeah.
It is going to change. And when you put something more into the light, there's darkness that gets exposed, and you can look at it differently, and you get more educated, because it is all sexuality needs to be done with love and care and respect for other human beings. If you put this into all these different expressions with love and care, that's going to be, it's going to expose where it's not, and where you don't want it, and how you got to be more self-aware about yourself. The more you open up to more levels of sexuality, you become more aware about it.
Yes.
And that will change how you are inside of yourself, your own evolution around sexuality, because you have to, if you have issues with it, if you got confronted with it, you have to move through those things. And that means evolution. And evolution is change, and evolution is more light in a certain area. around sex, and I'm all for that.
Right, me too. And I just have to add, it's also fantastic. It's more ecstasy and just more of a brilliant experience if you have got the 4 pillars available, that you feel comfortable, that you want to use it, and it just makes a lot of difference. You know, you can travel further and deeper. And it can be more of a turn on. You can feel more things, and it's just good. So for your overall well-being. Right.
However you want to participate in all these things, but because become very aware, don't participate if you're not ready in any of these parts. And you can look at it in yourself, like, wow, what do I have to get through if I want more for myself?
Yeah, I mean, all 4 pillars, we're talking about consensual sex,
Yes.
consensual.
Not
right.
from the dark angle
right.
of it.
Right.
It is with love, care, and respect.
Yes, Eve's circle of sex.
It's freedom.
Yeah.
It's freedom of expression.
Yeah.
It's freedom to be yourself, inside of yourself, and that's far out.
So go check out the movie and,
and
be adventurous.
Give it a go.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.